You went to like the Earl Thomas's like camp, right? Oh, what did you take away from that?
Just the mental aspect, just the way he approaches the game with film, and the way he communicates, like with Sherman, like because they were together for 8 years, and just the way that the relationship that they had, it really helps. It's really going to help me, like try to establish the same relationship that he has.
I know you've already given Sherman a nickname.
Oh yeah, that's Uncle Sherman right there.
Yeah. So is that kind of the start of the relationship there? Because you have to have an off-field bond with him. I don't know what it was like with him and Thomas, but how have you tried to develop that with him?
I mean, I just take the younger brother role. Like that's what I am. He's the veteran. He's been all pro. He's been to where we want to be. So I just take everything I can get from him as far as like holding myself accountable and holding everybody else accountable, to making sure I'm doing the right, making sure my footsteps are on point, making sure my footwork is locked in, making sure I know the responsibilities, making sure I'm communicating with both corners in my safety and target.
When you're back there facing the 49ers offense, what do you see with Jimmy Garoppolo now that Jerick McKinnon's aboard? How does that make your job more difficult?
I mean, that's a great group of guys. Like our offense, our whole offense is just full of like talent. Like, so going out there is just, you're basically playing a game. Every rep has to be a game day rep, or you're gonna get beat, because those are two great guys, and that offense is gonna be explosive.
How does Marquise, when you see him out there, how does that affect what you do at free safety? I mean, is that the one guy that you have to keep in mind?
Well, I mean, his speed is electric. Like that's bar none. Like nobody in the league is as fast as him, in my opinion. But when you're in the middle of the field, you have a responsibility, and that's the middle of the field. Yes, I'm keeping an eye on Marquise, but I can't hone in completely on him because I have a job to do, and everybody else around me is expecting me to do that job.
He started to take off, at least stats-wise, at midseason last year, and really was on a high course. I mean, do you see that continuing this offseason? Do you see him continuing to add to his game?
That's the expectation. Like we just got to continue. We're going to continue to get better. Like we can't get stagnant. We can't decrease in our production. We got to continue to grow. Like that's the standard. Like that's the one thing we got in our mind. Like that's it. Continue to get better. No slack.
Covering him in practice raise your game?
Oh yeah, 100%. Because in the game, there's not many guys that are running at that speed. Like, we're not going to face that many people that run that speed. I mean, Tyreek Hill's fast, but Marquise is fast.
Are you conscious of the number of catches you guys allow in practice going against Jimmy? No.
Not really. I don't really pay attention to that.
He was 4 for 9 against you guys. I was just curious if that's something that, like, you guys have a goal just to limit him.
Well, tomorrow it'll be better. That's the goal. Get better every day.
Adrian, obviously, if there was a draft today, you wouldn't be a 7th rounder. What do you think NFL scouts missed or didn't see in you when you were coming out?
I mean, I played 6 games. 6 games. I mean, I wouldn't draft me either.
In the spring, Richard said that he called Jimmy Garoppolo James, and then there's James, and James, or something to that effect, and then
3 James.
3 Jameses, and then Jimmy. We asked Jimmy about it, and he told us to ask you.
He's not James. I call him Franchise. That's my nickname for him.
Okay, so where's the James thing come from?
Well, Akello, his first name's James. Chancellor's last name's James. We're always together, so I'm just James.
Just one more really quick. The secondary, it seems, just based on that, it seems like a lot of personality is coming out of the guys that were rookies last year that might have been a little bit more quiet, like Akello, maybe even yourself. But now where I think we're seeing you guys develop a personality, develop kind of that mentality to the secondary. How would you characterize or describe that mentality and that personality that you're bringing?
I mean, we're just all like finally getting comfortable with each other. We're all hanging out with each other and just getting to know each other more. So, like, when you're first meeting somebody, you're not gonna be like outgoing and being like 100% yourself, because you're gonna kind of hold back because you don't know how they're gonna respond. But now that we've been with each other, we've been through the hard times, we've been through the good times, we've had OTAs together, we're entering our 2nd training camp together, like we're comfortable with each other. So it's just like, it's like a brotherhood, and that's just one thing we want to build in that room, because the closer we are, the better we're going to play.